Hey everyone, this is Mario. So today's topic is going to be about entrepreneurship. I'm going to define for you what entrepreneurship really is and what it is not. So let me start by giving you the definition. Here's my definition of what entrepreneurship really is. Entrepreneurship is maximizing business value on the outside by constantly building personal value on the inside. Now, just in that definition alone, there's so much for me to unpack, but I'm going to be focusing a lot on maximizing business value on the outside. I've got a whole host of other videos where I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how you're going to be building personal value on the inside. So there are basically three areas in terms of how all entrepreneurs around the world frame up their businesses. Number one, they will pioneer a breakthrough. Number two, they solve a real market need. And number three, they foster deeper emotional connection between themselves, their communities, and everybody around the world. Let's break it down one by one. So the first one, pioneering a breakthrough. Now, let me give you two specific examples of real-life human beings who are literally pioneering a breakthrough elsewhere in the world. First example for you. I'm sure all of us have heard of the billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk. Now, unknown to most people, even prior to starting Tesla SpaceX, he actually wrote a white paper to start something called the Hyperloop. Now, the Hyperloop is essentially a transport medium that people can use to travel via tubes and pods. In August 2013, I believe that Elon Musk wrote a white paper. It was essentially a 58-page white paper detailing out exactly how the Hyperloop would be working. The white paper was called the Hyperloop Alpha. Now, in December 2016, interestingly enough, he signed a historic agreement with the DTA, the Dubai Transport Authority, to explore a new route of traveling between Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Now get this, friends, when he did that, the main proposal was for him using the Hyperloop to drop the traveling time from 1.5 hours down to 12 minutes. This is what I term as pioneering a breakthrough, simply because he's doing something that has never been done before. Example number two. 14 years old, I'm going to introduce you to this wonder kid called Easton LaChapelle. I hope I get his pronunciation correct. At 14 years old, Easton built a robotic arm. Now get this, out of three things. Number one, fishing wire. Number two, Lego bricks. And number three, electrical tubing. He had this vision of wanting to build prosthetic limbs, for people all around the world who needed them. Now, right about the same time, once he did that, once he built a prototype of a prosthetic arm, he actually met a 7-year-old girl who literally had a prosthetic arm. When they got to speaking with one another, she confided in Easton that the arm actually cost her family $80,000 US. Now, at that point of time, Easton was blown away because it was a very emotional moment for him and the girl when she said that it wiped out her family savings. So he took it upon himself to pioneer a breakthrough for prosthetic limbs that could be easily affordable. From $80,000, he wanted to bring it right down to about $5,000. So Easton has been pioneering this breakthrough around the world. When he turned 17 years old, he actually set up a company called Unlimited Tomorrow to forward all this progress and research in prosthetic limbs. Fast forward a few years, Easton has actually been invited to speak on TED. He's been invited to the White House to meet former US President Barack Obama. He's also been invited into NASA to actually assist in a program called Robonaut. Now, those were the first two examples of what I meant of pioneering a breakthrough, that here are real entrepreneurs doing things that has never been done before. Number two, let's talk a little bit about solving a market need. Now, this is not necessarily something that has never been done before. It is about meeting a real market need. Now, let me give you a short quote from Mark Cuban, famous billionaire who has actually appeared many times on Shark Tank. This is what he says. He says, "Don't sell your product, solve their problems." And I could not agree more. Now, if you look at in the world today, there are many problems that need to be solved. And in fact, for all the companies that have been coming up, many of them today are dominant in e-commerce and the fintech industries globally. Now, if you look at these two specific spaces of e-commerce and fintech industries, If I look at China as an example, China has about 60 unicorns who are literally solving problems in this space. Southeast Asia has about 10 unicorns, 4 of them in Indonesia, 3 right here in Singapore. Now, they solve problems like cross-border payments, customer verifications, customer experience. I'll give you 2 examples. Number 1, many of you would have heard of this company called Grab. They are a transport company. They are solving a real market need that people just can't seem to be getting enough cabs or taxis all over Southeast Asia. There's another company called Traveloka. They are solving the problem of the customer experience when they are booking holidays, hotels, flights all around the world. So that's point number 2 in terms of how entrepreneurs could be solving a real market need. Let's go to number 3 very quickly. Number 3 is called fostering deeper emotional connection. Now, whenever I talk about this point, right, I want to share with you 3 real examples. I'm sure there are many viral videos that you could be looking at all over the world, but 3 that has actually stuck with me. Number 1, I'm sure most of you would have seen the Heineken ad. You know, the ad where the friends get into the house, the man was screaming when they saw all that Heineken beer in the fridge, and in the other room, the woman was screaming when they were looking at all the shoes. So why did this ad go viral is simply because it touched a nerve. It was something that men loved, which is beer, and shoes was something that women love as well. Second example I want to share with you. I came across a Google video. It was beautiful because it literally showcased how 2 people, one from Pakistan and one from India, they kind of like lost contact with one another. And over years, and obviously through Google itself, their grandkids managed to bring 2 of these friends together in a bid to foster deeper emotional connection once again. And that advertisement touched a raw nerve with many of the audiences worldwide. Number 3, very quickly, in the holiday season, I came across one of the videos by KLM, which is an airline. And it showed this, that in the airport, sometimes people are traveling by themselves. They are lonely at the airports. So they put something like a dinner table, like a tower. And as long as there were more and more people sitting around that tower, the food, there was buffet food at the top. The tower was dropping the table of food lower and lower. So lo and behold, once all the seats were occupied, the entire dining table rested, everyone enjoyed a meal, and everybody was fostering deeper emotional connection, even with people that they did not even know. So, why are these examples important? Because of point number 3, when I mentioned, if you want to be an entrepreneur in the real world today, try to solve a need of fostering deeper emotional connection. Now, let me give you some quick examples that you can maybe take a leaf out from, all right, whenever you see it around you. So, if you look at certain countries, now you look at China. China has got a huge social media app, so-called, it's called WeChat. WeChat was started by a multi-billion-dollar company called Tencent in 2011. Till date, they have over 1 billion users just in 7 years. Now, if you look at Vietnam, Vietnam has got its own version of a social media app that fosters connection and interaction between people. Now, Vietnam, get this, is a country of just under 100 million people, but this app that was built in Vietnam itself, it's called Zalo. Zalo has already registered over 100 million users in a country of 100 million. Now, they did that in about 6 years, from 2012 to 2018. It literally just took off. Now, if you look at other countries like, say, Thailand, Taiwan, or even South Korea, they are very big on an app called Line. If you look at a country like Philippines, they are very big on an app called Viber. So what am I sharing basically with you? That in these few examples, that all these apps, all right, they took off simply because the entrepreneurs were solving a need of fostering deeper emotional connection between the different audiences that they were connecting to. So in this short video, let me just summarize the 3 things that I talk about. I define for you what entrepreneurship really is. It is about maximizing business value on the outside by constantly building personal value on the inside. So that is what a real entrepreneur is. You're always building personal value within yourself so that you can go forth and conquer new ground. And the 3 grounds I talk about: number 1, pioneering a breakthrough, doing something that has never been done before. Number 2, solving a market need. And number 3, fostering deeper emotional connection between all the people around the world. This is the true mark, the real hallmark of what entrepreneurship really is. So this is Mario Singh signing off. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi, thank you so much for watching this video. To get access to more high quality videos that's going to supercharge and fast track your business, do click on the subscribe button below. Also, don't forget to click the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know when I upload all these videos. I'll see you in the next video.